All right, let's get this over with. Because I got a lot to do. Way back in season 1, episode 3, I talked about my obsession with time tracking. Well, in this episode, I'm horrified to report that I'm still obsessing over it.
It's true.
How long have you been down there? So, anyway, here's a quick recap of season 1, episode 3. Not a recap, an excerpt. It's an excerpt.
So version 1 came out in 1999, version 2 came out in 2008, version 3 came out in 2013, and that's still the current version.
At that time, I was comfortable with my Band-Aids. Wait a minute, what was that? I was supposed to talk about my Timekeeper development plan, and instead I just showed a quick history of Timekeeper. That wasn't right. The short version is I was just going to put all Timekeeper development on hold because I had a plan. All right, let's continue. At that time, I was comfortable with my Band-Aid solution, so rather than writing a whole new app from scratch front to back, I was going to use an existing app and then export its data to a CSV file and then massage that data and then import that into a Timekeeper 5 database for future use. When the new app came online, I wouldn't lose out on any of the data while relieving myself from having to do all that work up front.
So how is that going?
Not well. I mean, it will work. It is working, but my brain is starting to say, this isn't gonna work. Which is fine, I guess, except as we all know, I got a lot to do. And I wanted to table all the Timekeeper 5 development for later, like even maybe next year or something. But time tracking is so foundational to everything I do, I just can't
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
except it's clear I can be held back because as much as I want this software to spring to life out of the snow like some sentient snow being, I just don't have the energy to tackle a full development project like this right now. I mean, just look at me. But that's when I had the idea yesterday. If I'm too tired to pull this off, I'll just get someone to do it for me.
That's right, bitches, hun. I'm back.
No, not you. I told you not to come back. But what I do have is Cursor. Cursor is an IDE that basically puts AI in the front seat. So instead of me just typing out all my code on my own inside my own editor and occasionally hopping out to ChatGPT or Gemini to write a script or generate an algorithm or something, with Cursor, it basically drives the whole thing. It's in the IDE and you chat with it, and let me just show you a little bit of how that goes. Okay, so what we're looking at here is an early version of Timekeeper 5. This was back when it was still going to be a traditional desktop-only app, before I decided I needed a mobile version of it. This was written in C# using .NET 9 and most importantly the Avalonia UI framework. So what you see here took me some days to come up with, and I coded the whole thing by hand. So yesterday when I fired up Cursor, I first told it about my project. I kind of described what it was for, what it did, and it went ahead and created a base project for me with a typical Hello World main page. But once that was working, I said, all right, let's make the main page for this. So at that point, I just described in English what I wanted that page to look like. There'd be tab navigation on left for the main time page, report settings, etc. It could grow vertically if needed. The upper left of the time screen or page contains the 3 time tracking dimensions, project activity, location, and so on. I mean, what you see here is exactly what I typed out. And after I was done, Cursor said, cool. 20 seconds later, tops, this is what it showed me. I mean, it's it's basically identical, to what I had spent days working on in Avalonia. And this isn't just a picture, it's functioning code. Like, this is running, this works. I mean, it doesn't work, but it's not a mock-up. That's code that's ready to be fleshed out. So, what's my take on all this? It's pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. For someone who's been coding since the late 1850s, this suddenly feels like I'm in an episode of Star Trek. Of course, it's not all fun and games. As of about an hour ago, I got stuck on it trying to add some new functionality, which I thought was going to be pretty quick and easy. Turns out it wasn't. But my brief 2 day experience with this so far has been uh, well, it's one of two things. Thing one, it's either going to nail it right off the bat, first try, or two, it's going to spin in circles for an hour and never come even close to solving it. So it's just like working with real people. Okay, that is all for this week. So I guess I will see you all next week when it's September. September. Next week is September already. Next week is September already. Next week is September.